everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast, part 2 of the Ryan's toy review interview with the parents, because Ryan has said maybe 3 or 4 words so far, and it's really about the dad, and not even about the mom, just the dad just spouting off about bullshit and business and everything else, and saying a bunch of things like it's a flex, when really in reality, this kid has just been exploited since childhood, and now hundreds of people rely on him for a paycheck. It's actually kind of scary and super gross, but really important in this day and age to talk about this stuff, so let's continue. All right, so we left off with him saying, does he watch SpongeBob? And he's like, I don't think, yes, maybe he doesn't watch SpongeBob.
When I was younger, I think I watched a little bit of SpongeBob.
You watched definitely Paw Patrol when you're growing up.
Well, a puppet show for SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm curious,
what kind of questions is that? Stupid.
as you think about like expanding the empire,
They gave this guy a list of things not to ask Ryan, by the way. Guaranteed.
like why a movie? Like so many things. Like you guys already have a huge audience. You're able to like create and reach them right away. Like, how did you think about making a movie? And then, what's the most surprising thing that you think YouTubers don't realize about making a feature length picture?
It's definitely a big crossover from the shortest form of content to the longest form. And it's very, right now it's never been done before, so we don't know what the outcome is, but we're
What's never been done before?
really optimistic. We feel very excited about it because it's very rare the multiple influencers coming together in one film, working
So he's getting a bunch of influencers to make a movie with this kid? Okay, cool.
together.
But he only works 30 minutes to an hour a week, everybody. Only 30 minutes to an hour. But they're making a feature-length movie. But it only takes 30 minutes to an hour.
And
What?
this does succeed.
What a liar. Are you guys catching his lies?
Then it opens the door for a lot of creators, and being able to see the influencer they see daily on their tablet, on their on smartphone, being able to see them on a big screen is really exciting moment.
No, it's not. No one gives a shit.
For the fans too, because we established this together with the fans. Without the fans, we couldn't have been here. So being able to celebrate this new chapter, new project with
Nobody's gonna go watch this movie.
his fans is we're super excited about that moment.
Yeah, the movie's gonna go out. Was there ever discussion about putting it on YouTube and just having it reach your millions of fans there?
That was one of the idea, but in order to justify the cost of the budget, we want to make sure we set the budget a certain way where we feel like it's worth going to the big screen or theatrical. So we want to make sure we wanted to put.
Stop saying we.
The theater, we put in the streaming after, so we can set the certain budget.
What he's saying is like, we're trying to make more money, is what he's trying to tell you guys. That's a lot of words for, we need to make more money.
So it'll be different scale than our daily YouTube videos.
Yeah, and I know you're working with Shin-ei Animation in Japan, like one of the leading animation houses. If you had to break down like the cost of your average like daily YouTube videos versus the cost of this movie, like what is that roughly?
100 times.
I'm not telling you.
I'm small, 1,000 times more.
What's the average cost of a YouTube video on your channel?
The cheapest one would be just nothing, right? Almost.
Yeah.
We just take our iPhone for that day and then just film us doing some board games.
Or skits that just using stuff we have around the house. So yeah, could be nothing. I mean, the cost is, I guess, to hire someone to help us edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video, but
Yeah, I'd say probably a couple $1,000, right? Yeah.
Couple $1,000 to edit a video that you made with your iPhone? $1,000? Shit, Tyson, you're not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
How much does this film cost?
Millions of dollars. Millions. So that
What a waste of money. What a waste of money.
difference was really scary to us. And then it won't be published until like years later. We have to plan like 2-3 years
Kid's gonna be 17 before his movie comes out.
earlier. And it was scary because we don't know what the trend is. On the YouTube, we're making videos for next week or next day. We know what the trend is currently. But for the movie, we can't really estimate what the world is by then. So
I don't understand why you follow trends when you're the biggest one in this industry. Why don't you set the trends?
kind of thinking ahead process was something we'd never done before. But it was fun. It was thinking about like new future of kids.
I don't care.
Fired, but
But it was fun. It was thinking about like near future of kids. When we think about the script for the movie, we thought about what Ryan, Emma, and Kate would be by then, in 2-3 years. Emma and Kate never done TV before with Ryan. Ryan's been doing 4 seasons.
So they are taking advantage of the sisters. Of course they are.
With TV, but Emma and Kate never done it because they were too young. But when we came up
He started when he was 2. What do you mean they're too young?
with the script, we put big role with Emma and Kate because in 2 years we knew they're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Another phrase. We know our little kids are gonna be ready for the big screen in 2 or 3. Like, if you have to say shit like that, you're not these aren't parents. These kids are literally just their product. It's
These are
crazy.
your twins.
Yes.
Who are
yeah.
7 years old right now. How do you think about involving them in the content in the family business?
Well, when they grew up watching Ryan, right? And so they're always inspired by their older brother.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
And so, I mean, in the first few years, I kind of film them now and then, but it's kind of just like a vlog style. It's not anything, the kind of like, I don't want to say background character, but they're kind of there sort of thing.
No, that's what you meant to say. They're kind of background. Ryan's our main money maker.
But, once they reach a certain age, they told me they're ready to just start making videos.
No, they didn't. They're 7. Shut up. You absolute donut. No, they're not. They're 7. They cannot give you consent to this.
Where by themselves, without Ryan being in it, without, help of anybody else. And so, they really enjoy the whole process. They love watching themselves after. And I always try to make it fun for them.
You monetize your kids. Shut up.
And the movie was also a big step for them because, right, going from YouTube video where I'm just filming or my husband's just filming, no script, right, no a redo versus
redo. Notice that they just threw that in there. So there's redos. This kid only works 30 to 60 minutes a week, his dad said, though. Interesting. Redos and stuff.
Just the movie where there's directors, there's multiple cameras, that might have to redo a scene, multiple takes, and memorizing script was a big deal.
That's only 30, 60 minutes.
We thought, like they said they're ready, but are they,
They're ready. You're fired. 7-year-olds. You're fired.
But they nailed it. They did everything.
I guarantee you they didn't nail it.
The director was very impressed by the way that they handled the script. And I'm just very proud of them.
I'm curious, what
Idiots. You guys are a bunch of assholes.
were those days on set like for the movie? How many people are we talking about, like, being there with you guys?
Like around 20, 30.
Yeah, like 20 30 crews. Yeah.
But he only works 30 to 60 minutes a week.
Oh, wow.
Set house. It's all kind of crumbled together, huh?
Yeah.
And did you get to give input on the script, like the character and the Red Titan, the main character of the movie is based on you? Like, how much input could you give, Ryan, in terms of like, I like this line, I want to change this? Like, how involved were you?
I think sometimes I could give some input.
This is poor kid. I'm not laughing at him. I'm just like, this poor child. This poor child.
Maybe if the line didn't make
He is going to hate his parents, man. Damn.
sense, or if there's
I can already feel it.
something better to say, I could be like, oh, maybe we could change it to this.
I mean, we started, we have no background in any of this, right? Like
We could tell by your hair.
I was a chemistry teacher and Sean was structure engineer. We never done any theater. You probably could tell by my acting, but we're just regular people. I don't even know anybody in the entertainment industry. So for us to just go from just a regular...
I'm noticing something, and this isn't like a take on whatever, but he has a really hard time speaking proper English because he's Japanese and she's, as she says, she's Vietnamese. She speaks amazing English. And this isn't to say that he hasn't tried hard enough or whatever, but I feel like Vietnamese to English is easier than Japanese to English. Does that make sense? Anybody out there who's Japanese, let me know.
Their family, immigrant family for me, and just be able to just create from
Yeah,
scratch.
you said that twice. We got it. You're an immigrant family. Got it.
And then now, like a full-length feature movie on the big screen, like that's a big step. And I hope people realize that, like if we can do it, you guys can do it too. Just follow your passion.
I wanted to show you this graph of your viewership, and it shows that, like, in the past year, like according to Tubular Labs, your views have gone up 37% month over month. which is crazy for a channel at your size and of your age. What is some of the things you're doing on the content side, and what does an average shoot day look like for you guys?
I mean, behind the scene, like we always
30 minutes to an hour.
and I always think about, how to make it efficient. As much as we want to expand and do more, we are very mindful of Ryan's time.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're such a damn liar. No, you're not. You can't sit there and say you're mindful of this kid's time when there are like 5,000, 10,000 videos and 2 full-length movies with this kid out in the world. You can't say you're mindful of his time. Shut up. Who is listening to these people?
So we try not to do a lot of big scale video
Except for full-length feature films, like regular families do.
shoots. We try not to do a lot of videos where it required a lot of time consuming things.
We produce 20 videos each week, but then a lot of times, many of them Ryan's only in intro, kind of introducing the video, and the rest is carried by animated characters on camera time.
No, you're saying just of the animated one. Okay, but we just looked through the content, and it's him. It's not just an intro to this animation.
In Houston, that was one of the reasons why we were able to kind of keep this pace. On the YouTube, you have to be able to publish video with a certain pacing to stay relevant. But we didn't really want to follow that schedule for Ryan's sake.
For us,
I'm sorry. Every time they say for Ryan's sake, I'm just like, are you serious? Man, this guy needs a backhand.
the big thing is, we want Ryan to have the most normal childhood possible. So when he's a grown up and he look back in his childhood, I don't want him to think as if I'm making videos all the time. I don't want him.
That's what he did. What do you mean? That's been his whole childhood. Are you serious right now?
To think, that he
I don't care what you want him to think. There's a reality and what you think. Sorry. The reality is going to overcome everything that you think. And you guys are, he's going to see one day. He's going to see it. He will. If he hasn't already, he's going to see it. And he's going to have influencers in his life and friends in his life that are going to help him see it too. And teachers and hopefully people that love him and be like, you were exploited your whole entire life, dude, just so you know. Yeah. It's this story ain't over.
YouTuber. I want him to think, I had a great childhood, spending time with my friends and family. I skateboarded, I swim, and I also do YouTube.
Essentially,
No,
YouTube.
it's YouTube, then maybe everything else if you've got time, because there are people relying on him for a paycheck. So just based on your overall scale of what you do, you're lying. Because again, there are, you just said, so you're doing a full feature-length film. 20 people on set rely on Ryan. You've got a production company with 30 to 40 people, you said yourself, which rely on Ryan. You think that his childhood comes first over these people's livelihoods? No. Sorry, you don't get to lie like that and get away with it.
YouTube has become like a babysitter for a lot of people in their households. How do you think about the content that you're putting out in front of them?
It's like
See, he's asking good questions. This interview is really good, but he's just scared to go that extra thing. And I understand why, because he's probably made an agreement. This is like, he's probably asked, but he wants to ask questions, and he's not. He's pigeonholed.
feeding kids nutritious food, and sometimes you want to feed your kid snacks and sweets, right? You can always just feed them broccoli. So our content is kind of a mixture of that.
Your content is shit. Relax, dude.
Sometimes we have educational content, very informative and engaging and enriching. Sometimes we have
Shut up.
a really fun video where it's like unboxing toys or doing challenges with a family. So I think
Sometimes. That's most of your content.
the most important part is a balance.
F off. This guy, don't believe a word coming out of this dude's mouth. This is crazy.
Both contents are very important. Kids drawn to both contents, but too much of educational content is just
That white thing on his lips bothered me.
It's too much information for kids to digest, and it's overwhelming. Something we've done with the YouTube Kid team was they introduced shorts for.
Those creators are you watching right now?
Well, I normally don't watch like singular creators. I just like to watch like a lot of different ones, usually about video games like Minecraft and Roblox.
Do you like Mr. Beast content? What do you think about Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast is an asshole. It has come out, the craziness of Mr. Beast. Yeah. Crazy.
I think sometimes it's really cool. I think his content is really good. and sometimes I like watch it. So yeah, I think it's just
The fall from grace from Mr. Beast has actually been insane. We should cover it. But like I loved Mr. Beast for the things that he was doing with his money, like building wells and giving people back their sight, and that stuff is still great, don't get me wrong, but like the things that are coming out about this guy, holy shit. Damn, the fall from grace for Mr. Beast. I like loved Mr. Beast too.
really cool.
Have you ever had a conversation with Jimmy or anybody on the Beast team? Have you guys, like, because I feel like they're doing stuff in, Walmart, they're expanding their universe, the IP, like do you guys have conversations with them?
I met with Jimmy before. I think before he started doing the licensing business, he had a lot of different visions of how to branch out from YouTube. And after several years talking to him, he started the all different chocolate business, hamburgers, and all these.
Okay, I've had a couple Mr. Beast chocolate bars, okay, Feastables. I like chocolate with rice in it, like the ricey chocolate. I love that stuff. Crunch is better. He's smart. Mr. Beast is really smart for his chocolate bars. He's selling his name on it. And I saw kids at Walmart the other day in the States being like, look, it's Mr. Feastable. It's the chocolates. It's okay. It's really just this brand that you're buying. And it's expensive.
Massive production budget videos, and he now contract with Amazon. So yeah, all the things that he mentioned at that time years ago, it all came true. So
well, I mean, you guys are doing a lot of that as well, just for a different demographic. You've obviously reviewed a ton of toys. Like what makes a good toy, or what's been your favorite toy to review recently?
I think toys like that you can play with for a long time, like fidget toys, are just really fun because you can fidget with them.
I'm just
7 million views. This kid playing with a fidget.
so curious because I feel like so many things have changed since I was a kid.
Right.
And I look at some of these toys, I'm like, they could do what now?
Yeah.
And you guys have obviously seen a lot of
Anyway.
Sean and Luann. You guys have learned from each other. World.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously I hope for it to be successful, but
and believing there, with
The podcast is just whatever. It's just blow smoke up everybody's ass for hours. It's just what this is. I just wanted to go back to this comment section real quick because it's important. Honestly confused. How does he have like over 100 million subs? How many doesn't have over 100 million subs right now? That's actually a good question. 37 million subs for as long as he's been on, and how big and popular he is, and how much marketing. That's a great question. It's not that Ryan is losing views. It's just that there are more channels than there were at the peak of Ryan. So it makes it on YouTube, makes it so the amount of views are really divided. Someone highlighted Ryan's about to be 13 and still makes content as if he was 5 years old. That's another thing. That's going to come back to bite these parents on the ass. This kid is not 5 years old anymore. He's going to want to try to be his own person soon, and they're not going to have it. $1 billion is enough. Let the kid go to school. Let him do hobbies and study and be happy. $1 billion is enough. It's true. Because imagine you invested the money you have. If you have $1 billion and you invested it, you could literally live rich, like beyond your wildest dreams, just on the effing interest. You wouldn't even need to touch the $1 billion. You could live beyond your wildest dreams and have anything you ever wanted with just the fucking interest. I feel like Ryan wants to quit soon because he's almost 13. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be something soon, for sure. The parents aren't going to let him. Again, how many people rely on Ryan for a paycheck is really important, and they probably guilt him into that a lot when he's having second thoughts about what he wants to do. Again, he didn't choose this life. His parents chose it for him. His dad wants the Gucci bag. He needs a haircut first. Let Ryan retire, someone says. Please let bro retire. If Mata PT can quit, Ryan can. Even though I watched him as I grew up, I think he needs to move on. He has a mustache. He's already hit puberty. Ryan's parents are so stupid to literally force him to do this. He deserves better. He even gets bullied because of the stupid content his parents force him to do. That sucks for him. I mean, it's easier to be bullied, though, if you're a billionaire. Ryan should really try to speak up once he's independent and just being obviously cut off by his parents when he's shared a bit too much information. I hate his family. They're milking this child for money. Child exploitation celebrated. I mean, this guy's a great interviewer, but by doing this, he's celebrating it. I feel bad for Ryan. He never got a good childhood, and his greedy parents just robbed him. And they robbed him of his childhood, not just like of everything, but they robbed him of a real childhood. He's going to turn into Jojo Siwa. Please don't. Another Jojo Siwa. He's not, though he's kind of like, I don't see him going that way. No. Ryan looks like he's on the brink of exploding. Yeah, he's not allowed to talk. Tell their parents to let him retire. He needs to have his own videos. That's not retiring. Bro's parents thinking that they are good when they're actual evil AF. I want to see Ryan getting an interview without his parents. Yeah, it's never going to happen. They're going to make him do this till he's 90. To me, Ryan looks uncomfortable looking around the room and getting cut off, doing this with his hands. Yeah, he does. It looks uncomfortable in this interview. Let bro quit. Yeah, this is what they don't have comments turned on their channels. They don't get this type of feedback. Barely anybody covers Ryan's world, but like this is the truth of what's going on. And it seems like there's not very many interviews like this out there with Ryan and his family, or this family at all. His dad's a multi-millionaire and not trim. His parents are using him. I seen a video of someone telling it and showing a picture of it. Like, I don't know what that means. Do you know Ryan's mom was in prison for robbery, or what the hell? Exclusive. Mom of 7-year-old Ryan Kaji, YouTube's $22 million a year star, was once jailed for shoplifting $93 worth of clothes from JCPenney. Luan Guan, 35, and Xuan Guan, 31 of Cypress, Texas, are the parents of Rye. The family gives $1 million. The family lives in a $1 million home in Shine, drives an $80,000 Porsche Macan. Probably this is years ago. He probably drives 10 Macans now. On June 28, 2002, Luan, known as Q Luan Guillen, was arrested for stealing clothing. University of Houston student appeared at Harris County. She was a student. Luan was sentenced to 60 days in prison for stealing clothes? What? For breaching a probation order. She served 30 days. Her mom's a felon. This lady sitting there looking all sweet and be like, we love our kid. She's a felon. Holy shit, I didn't know that. For breaching her probation. She served 30 days at a Harris County jail in Houston. Wow. In 2009, she joined Texas Tech University in Lubbock and fell in love with Cheyenne civil engineering. In 2011, the couple had Ryan, became a high school chemistry teacher. Can you become a teacher if you're a felon? I guess. Consumer, wow, that's crazy. There's her picture. Wow. Interesting. See, you don't think these people have skeletons. I didn't even know about that. They have skeletons upon skeletons, probably. And imagine how they treat this kid. Anyway, the comments are all the same. Let him retire, let him go. So, in the end, this is a very, very, very important video because we're seeing this kid who has been literally just exploited. So, like, this is like the top child exploitation story on YouTube alone. This kid alone is like worth millions and millions and millions, has made millions of dollars for his parents, made hundreds of thousands for other people. People rely on this kid, and he has got this all on his shoulders, whether they like it or not. They can be like, no, well, we manage it, so he's not. No, it's on his shoulders. Because how many times has this kid probably told his parents he wants to quit? How many of you have kids? Right? And you know your kid's going to be like, I want to do something different. It happens all the time. How many times has he asked his parents to do something different? Do you think that? You think he's even asked even once? Because I'm telling you, this kid has asked probably thousands of times and has been told by his parents and coerced into doing this job. Because people rely on him. They probably told him that, probably guilted him into that. If you stop, how are these people going to feed their families? That's probably what's going on here. It's insanity. Now, the amount, like, oh my gosh. Don't watch Ryan's Tony. Don't let your kids watch this garbage. Stop letting your kids watch YouTube. Okay, get your kids off YouTube right now. Okay, everybody? Important video. Thanks for being here. Take a deep breath. These butt cracks. You're not a butt crack, though. You're awesome. Fun. Brilliant. Gorgeous. Don't you forget it. Someone has a crush on you. Okay? Thanks for watching, being here for these videos. Tell me what you think below, and I will likely read it. I'll see you when I see you.